Hello, this is Dr. Garrett Castleberry, Associate Professor and Program Director of Communication, Media, and Ethics at Mid-America Christian University. I'm here with our initial video discussion prompt for public relations, advertising, and brand management. In this course, we're going to span the spectrum of conversations about ideas centering on marketing, advertising, brand management strategies, social media strategies, but all of the mass mediums that come before social media as well. And so each week we're going to have a unique focus area, and I want to reveal now the focus of our video discussion each week will be demographics. We're going to talk about demographics in a different way, and one of the ways you can think in advance but also start to prep for our week one video discussion is we're going to look at the various key demographics in advertising. All right, and so if we move in a temporal or chronological order, one of those primary categories would be early childhood. And so I am here on site at the location formerly known as Toys R Us, hashtag rest in peace Jeffrey. And here is what we're going to do with our video discussion prompts in this course. Each week I will come to you with a different demographic, okay, and your job is to perform what we're going to call, we're naming it, our demographic scavenger hunt. All right, and so each of you can locate a piece of advertising that is geared specifically toward the key demographic of that week. All right, and so as our setting has teased already, our demographic in week one is early childhood. All right, so you're saying to yourself, well, how can someone in the early childhood demographic be a consumer? They're not old enough to drive yet. They're not old enough to vote yet. They're not old enough to be legally employed. Well, as we know already, that doesn't stop anyone from spending money on these people. But for our week one video discussion one prompt, I want you to seek out, identify, and then share with us a piece of advertising or an advertising strategy directly geared toward the, let's call it 6 to 12-year-old demographic. All right, so 6 to 12-year-old demographic, that seems like an early age, and maybe we're gonna have to put on some creative thinking to pull off this exercise, but I think we can come up with some fantastic examples. All right, we have one here, a company, former company, directly geared toward early childhood consumer, as well as perhaps some older demographics as well if we want to get into the nitty-gritty. But there are sources out there. Been reading up on a book, Toyland, the high stakes game of the toy industry. And this isn't even a new book, all right, as the color scheme suggests. It's an older volume. There are lots of sources out there. You can pull in some visual examples. Are there some commercials that relate to that younger demographic? And while we're not fully trained at certain types of research yet, we assume it is easier and easier to locate archival materials online. So be creative. We look forward to you sharing a little bit of information about it, right, in your video prompt that you provide each week, but also give us a little snippet, right? If you find an old commercial, embed it in your discussion board post. If you find an old still image of an advertisement to the specific demographic for week one, we want you to pull that out, upload it, right? Snag a copy. We're using this for educational purposes only, right? And so we're sort of protected in our uses of it, which is a limited use in an educational setting. Again, week one video discussion prompt for public relations, advertising, and Brand Management. It's going to be an exciting course. I look forward to studying and exploring key demographics with you all in this course. Thank you.